Hello and welcome to Swedish Linux. Linux the right way. Today we're going to talk about why Linux is the best operating system. Not only because it is, but there are many claims outside the Linux community that Linux sucks, that Linux is hard to learn, that Linux is this and that. But really, isn't that all myths from 20 years ago when everything was much harder? Or is Linux as bad today as it was 20 years ago? Let's find out together right after this. Welcome back. Please like, subscribe and press the bell notification. It won't hurt you and really help the channel out. And if you subscribe, you will be notified about future videos we have. So, let's talk about why I choose Linux. And why I choose a specific branch of Linux. There is a thought about it, why I choose openSUSE. It's not because openSUSE is the best and the greatest, because everyone has his own opinion, and somebody thinks that it's the worst and somebody thinks it's the best. For me, I'm looking for a technical point of view, why openSUSE is the best. But before that, we need to roll back. Linux in the beginning was really terminal based. It was really hard. And that myth is still living today. And that's a problem, because it will scare people off. I mean, nothing can be worse than Windows, and they're spying on you and knowing more about you than you know about yourself. Or Mac, which is the same crap but different name. And as well as Google and Facebook and all that. It's all spying on you and know everything about you. But that's a different topic for another side. And yes, Linux was back in the day only terminal. Like this. This is a terminal. This is a little terminal. Let's see. This. Here you see it. This is a classical Linux terminal. Is this hard? Not really. But from my point of view, I'm a geek, computer geek. So for me, this is nothing. But why I love the terminal is, for example, I want to know CPU and information about my computer. It's very easy. If I want to know about my graphic card, it is that easy. I really don't need to type much. I only need to type the first time. Then the terminal remembers everything. So, no, it's not hard at all. And what else do we have for interesting? Oh, my favorite music player. How can I miss that? Music Cube. Really perfect. Small software that you really can't find on other system. Music Cube and some of the tools I showed you do exist on Mac and Windows, but they are much better on the Linux because it is directly tied together with the Linux terminal. You see, Linux is still a terminal system. even we have a graphical interface now. Back in the day, when Linus Torvald development, it was only a terminal. It wasn't a graphical interface at all. So you see, that's why I'm telling you, terminal is not bad. It's absolutely not bad. I mean, what do we have here? Oh, yes. Okay, I need to take the right way. That's interesting. YaST don't exist. Huh. That was very, very interesting, because I know I have. Right out here. So that's quite interesting. Nope. Okay. That's a story for another time. But for example, this is a perfect little tool. How to check your internet speed. Okay, now I'm a mobile internet, so I won't have the greatest. Oh, 83, that's not too bad. This time of day, in the morning, I'm way above 100. But you see, this is a terminal, and it's not bad. You can learn it. If you can learn basic things, you can learn the terminal. Okay, there are different levels of it. You can become more like me, a terminal junkie that loves everything in the terminal, or you can just use the basic tools. But this is how it was in the beginning. Today, why I choose openSUSE is because openSUSE exists in two versions. Leap, that is a point release, and we have Tumbleweed, which is a rolling release. In my opinion, and many other, and some tests, Tumbleweed is the best rolling release. And of course, we can discuss if it's left or right, best or not. But why I choose openSUSE is because of this YaST. You see, YaST is a graphical interface, and I will show you right now. I need to type my password, super secret password. Now, this is why I choose openSUSE. You can do everything here, absolutely everything. And you know what? It's graphical interface. It has a GUI. You don't need to click and type some secret codes to make something work. You have all the basics in the operating system, like Windows, like Mac OS. It is all graphical interface. And this tool does not exist on any other distro except openSUSE. This is why I'm saying that regardless if you're completely new to Linux or you're more advanced, I still recommend openSUSE. If you don't like the rolling release, you can switch over to the point release, the Leap version. It's exactly the same, but you won't get as many updates as the rolling release, which constantly almost every day you get updates, or at least every 2 days in my case. But in point release is less than that, because we are collecting them to a bigger release, and then they release it. This is the number one reason why I love YaST. And YaST exists let's see if it's working. Yes, it is going to work. Yes, you see, nobody has it, and this makes it much closer to Windows and Apple, the graphical interface that does not exist on any other Linux version. This is why I recommend it. Another reason why I recommend it is this. This Software Center. This is where you have all your apps. And trust me, what's so great about this, it's a very like Apple or Mac has a software store. It's similar, but this is way better, because when you say, oh, I got 7 updates, let's take a look at it. Perfect. What is it I got? I got some drivers. It's all driver related. This is how simple it is. So, should we update? If you don't want, you just close the window and forget about it. There's nothing that forces you to update or make you update. If you want it, you update. If you don't want it, you don't need it. But in my case, let's make it an update, and especially for this video, let's make it. I click update. Now you can see here down here how far it has begun. Now it's 50%. Now you can see here when it downloads and installs each package of its own. Oh, there are several more. That's interesting. Done. That's it. And did I need to restart my computer? Nope, I did not. Let's go back to the main page. That's it. Update was done. System is still up and running. I didn't need to reboot or do anything. And here you have all the software in the world that you can have. Some of them I use some of them. There are many of the software. Trust me, it's more than enough for average day user. Oh, I didn't install ViewScan. Let's install it. Click. Type my super secret password. Done. That's how easy it is. I don't need to go to some secrets website to download some files. Who knows what it is? Maybe virus. Who knows? But this is how it works. It's that simple. And there is nothing on any platform except for Linux that has this. This is the reason you should use Linux. Yes, everybody says, but we don't have Office, we don't have this. I guarantee you, LibreOffice is more than enough capable for 99% of the people on this planet to use instead of Microsoft Word. Photoshop and all that, no problem. You have Darktable. You have, oh, I forgot about this. Apps. Oh, you see, I forgot our app. Click install. That's how simple it is. I don't need to worry about it, if it is spyware, or because it's all checked by the store, that the software really is what it says. Let's see, did they update it? Nope, it's still 4.6, okay. Let's see. There is another software I like to download. I use Raw Therapy. That's my photo editing. And actually, let's start it. You can look at it. This is Raw Therapy, and you can do all the editings you really need. It's way better than Lightroom, because this is more or less competing with Lightroom. And let's see, I'm looking for another software. You have Photoshop similarity called GIMP, and it works very well. I would say 90% of the world's population can do everything they need with this software. They don't need Photoshop. And remember, this is free. All this software I'm showing you is all free. It doesn't cost you a dime. But if you want Photoshop and Lightroom, you need to pay $20 a month. Is that worth the money? Thinking of under a couple of years, 10, 20 years, you pay $20 each every month. That become a big bunch of money in the end. And really, I can't see that it's worth it. You have different publishing, cartoon if you like that. There are Blender is. And some of the best programs exist on Linux, like Blender, for example. It exists. It's not a problem. You have all the different... Let's go to the main. Let's go to the Office suites. You have Teams. You have only Office. This is similar, very similar to Microsoft Office. I'm using LibreOffice. This. Let's start it up. It is, and if I want to make it look like it, I'll go here, punch, donk, and we have Microsoft version of it. And it's all working pretty well. What version do I have? 24.203. And I guarantee 99% of the people in the world will manage perfectly fine with it. You see, and the Calibre, this is my email client, I love it. Very good Joplin note-taking app. There are plenty of it. You don't need to worry about not to find Plex, VLC, everything is here. But let's get back to YaST, because we get a little bit off track here. Type in the password again. Now we talk, okay. You see, you want to install a printer. No problem. I have 3 printers. Actually, I have 5 printers. 2 more that is not connected. I got a Canon and I got a Samsung, which I didn't install yet. But you see, this is, and of course this is in Swedish, I'm sorry for that, but this is configuration, find by network, and it's very easy to find. And if you don't like this advanced way, guess what? You have a simpler way. It's called the simpler way. Here, in the settings menu. Let's see, here you have your printer. You can add printer here too. And you see, and it is. And this is how you can connect it very simply. You can make which is the main printer, for example. and you get your monitor setting. My 6K monitor, very good monitor. I really recommend it to everyone if you can afford it. I have scanner but I haven't installed. If you want to do online updates, you have an app for that. Now I start to sound like Apple. Add remove program. It's another version of the software center, but which is much more detailed. And you can find, if you add the different repositories, then you can find software that is not in the official software store. You can find it here. And to look at it, you see, I've added, for example, Pacman repository, and add some others, OPI and so on. And you don't need to worry about the terminal. You have everything graphical. You see, there is nothing here that I need to use that is in any way, shape and form. VLC, I talk about OBS Studio. It's all graphical and you really don't need. And why I choose Linux is because of two reasons. First, it's much lighter on your system. Let's go to NeoFetch. Here we go. I use 16 gigs and I'm recording it. I have several I got about 12 to 15 pages opened with LibreWolf. I have email client running on another screen and so on and so forth. And it still only takes 16 gig. I can tell you on the same computer you see here, when I run Windows at boot, I'm around 8 to 10 gigabytes. And if I choose to start openSUSE and have 15 browsers open and so on, I'm way up, much more than Linux, for sure. And this is why I am so happy about Linux. It's more resource friendly and you can choose another version that is even more lighter than this. And you can customize it and you can choose exactly what you want for your specific needs. But Linux in 2024 is as good as any other system. FreeBSD, Windows, macOS, it's just work. And if you really don't know what to do, start with Ubuntu. Ubuntu GNOME or Kubuntu, which is KDE version. You can't get wrong with that. And I guarantee you, after all, if you give yourself some slack, you can't learn everything in one day or 1 week. Take it slowly. Take it slowly. In a couple of months of using it, I guarantee you, you will using it perfectly fine. I mean, if my 82-year-old dad can use Linux, and he's definitely not a computer geek, far from it. And my mom, she's so anti-technology, it can't be. If she could rule the world, we will still use rubber and pencil today. there wouldn't exist any computers. That's how she hates technology, and she can use it for everyday tasks. Email, write a letter, print, watch some news, read some news, and she can do it without a terminal. Can you hear? Without a terminal. She's doing just perfectly fine. This is what I'm telling you guys. You can use Linux today perfectly fine. I hope I didn't scare you guys. And this is the intro to show that Linux isn't scary. And regarding the myths, well, I think this video says it all. No, Linux is not as terrified and horrible as it was 20 years ago or 10 years ago. You don't need to use terminal for everything. Absolutely not. And you can use everything graphical. And guess what? There is one more thing I can show you guys. If for some reason you get in trouble, you have this. You have support forum, and you can type your problem here, and I guarantee you they will answer you very, very quickly. In a couple of minutes, maximum 1 or 2 hours, there will be someone who will be able to answer it, and you will get all the help you need. You see, there is not a problem. So don't worry about it. Just be happy, start use it, take the plunge, get rid of Microsoft and their spyware, which is called Windows and or Mac. And another thing is that you can choose any hardware you like. You're not bound to buy a specific hardware for a specific amount of money. You can build your own PC like I did, and you can put Linux on it and you're fine to go. Take that in consideration when you switching computer, or why throw away a 4 or 5 year old computer? Put Linux on it. My computer is 4 years old and it runs perfectly fine with Linux on it, and I do everything. This video is created on that computer on openSUSE. So I'm telling you, don't worry about it. Take the plunge, jump over, take your time, learn step by step. And you know, there is one more tool I want to give you. You go Linux. You see, there are plenty of tutorials of Linux. You just type what problem you have, and I guarantee you, you will get all the answers you need. You don't need to worry about it. So folks, like, subscribe, and push the bell notification. Doesn't hurt the channel and doesn't hurt you, but it helps the channel big if you can give thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And please, if you have any question of any kind, put it in the comment below and I answer. And if you want me to do a specific video about something, please let me know and I will make a special video or a special walkthrough or whatever you want to have me done. I will do it for you. So have a nice evening. Peace and out.